Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world away. I'm going to be finishing the week with an absolutely massive build. I'm going to be doing stages 109 to 113 and build the Deagostini Collectibles release of the 1/6 scale Mustang. Now, you know what? I don't actually need the car today. So if you haven't seen what the car's looking like at the moment, check the playlist for this build and you'll see actually how big this is. I'm glad of that because I haven't really got any room in the workshop for what you're about to see. And in the first stage, we don't actually do anything, but I am going to show you the instructions in a second. I'm going to show you what it looks like, but I need to show you this now because this is absolutely crazy. Look at this. This is a little bit of the bodywork compared to me. It's heavy and it's ginormous. Look at it. It looks absolutely brilliant. So that would be stage 109. Let me just put that down gently there. If you do want to get this for yourself, I don't know if this is still available. You will have to check. I have put a link in the video description, and all of my links from my merchandise store to my Amazon store to my patrons to my channel members, everything is down on that QR code there. So just scan that with your phone. Alternatively, the link to that is also in the video description. You can actually get this for yourself. But I'm interested to see what we're going to do today. I know it's going to be big, so without further ado, let's get cracking. So I have zoomed up my top camera for obvious reasons. This is stage 109 here. And I will kind of show it you on the close-up camera. But all we've got to do is we're just basically opening this. And I have already opened that and show you. But I will just bring it up here as well, just so you can get a little bit of a close-up look of how that is. And this is what it looks like. As you can see, I'm trying to show you on all the cameras. It's heavy. I haven't actually got some scales on me at the moment, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that's a couple of kilograms. But we don't actually need this at the moment. Now, what's going to happen is eventually, if I give you an idea of size, we do have the front end, which we are going to be working on in this build. Obviously, when that's on here, it's going to kind of give you an idea of how big this is actually going to be, as you can see. Wow. Anyway, that's all there is to do in that stage. So that brings us on to stage 110. What we're going to be doing. We've got a couple of bits here that we are going to be attaching to the body here, which is the side air intakes. Just going to be putting these into place here and then screwing them into position. I will be putting my blue soft mat up so I don't damage that finish. But that's the rest of the magazine. And here's the parts here, and you can kind of get an idea of scale now when you can see how big these air intakes actually are. Just put them to one side. I'm so glad that I changed my table now. Put a lovely soft mat up here and bring up the massive car. So it's very much apparent that I'm not going to be able to film this with my usual cameras. So I've got my mobile camera here. First thing first, we're going to be putting the vents on the side here, both sides. It's going to go on just like this. And it is held in from the other side with a PS08 screw, which is going to go in through the back. And what I've done on one side here, I'm now going to be doing on the other. Put that in position. I've got that in position there. And once again, I'm just going to screw this with a PS08 flange screw. So that's those ones in. Be able to see these on the sides now. All that's left to do then is to put the vents which are going into the top. This is the left side here, so that's going to go in just like that. That one's held in with PS05 screws. It's so hard to try and manipulate this into a way that I can actually support it. It's not so much the fact that it's big, it's the fact that it's really heavy. But hopefully you can see that through the little back window there. That's going in perfect. And then what I've done on one side, again, I'm going to do on the other side here. Remember, this is plastic, so you don't want to go too hard with these screws. Just enough to hold that into position. And with that in place, that is all there is to do in that stage. Again, let me just show you on this camera how that now looks on both sides. So in stage 111, here is the instructions. And we are going to be doing the hood hinge here. So create the hinge like this. I'm going to put this onto the hood, but we're not actually attaching the hood until that outer section yet. We're just actually putting the hinges on the hood at the moment. This is the rest of the magazine. So everything from the hood hinges are in here. And the first thing I want is the left hinge. I know it's the left one because it's stamped with an L there. And I want to open this little bag of metal up here. And I'm looking for the left hinge catch. Looks like that. Having the L, because it is stamped on my right hand side, I'm going to be attaching this into the hole just here. And it's held in with a PSO2 screw. So this is a silver screw. And I've just got that going in here like this. Once I've done that, I can put that to one side. And I'm going to be doing exactly the same on the other side here, which is the right hand side. So again, take the right hand side hinge. And once again, have it so that the R now is fully on my left, if that's not confusing. And once again, a PSO2 screw to hold that in. Okay, I'm just going to get a little cloth up here so I can bring up the bonnet or the hood, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to be working on this side here first, which is the right hand side of the car. And what I'm going to want to do is attach this end into this section just here with a DS19 screw. Again, this is a silver screw, but this time I am going into metal, so I want to make sure that that's in a little bit of oil and get that screwed in. It's going to be quite clever what I'm doing now. I'm going to be taking one of these catches here, and I want the right hand side one. Again, it's stamped with an R. Once again, I want a DS19 screw, which is loaded up and ready to go. And let's just explain how this is going to go. So this is going to be sitting on here like that. But what's going to happen is this goes back and it's going to be sitting in the channel of this. So it's going to go in like that there. Now I can put this screw through and hold this into place. And that is the first hinge on that side. Now I've got the spring here. When I put the spring in, I want to ensure that this hook section is facing down and away from this shaft here where I'm about to put this in. So that goes in like that. I'm holding it in with a PS28 flange screw, which is just going in there. That's going to hold that in place. And then what I want to do is just hook the end of this into the groove on the hinge just here. So it is going to take some pushing and pulling and to get this in. But what I'm going to do is use the full length of my screwdriver here to do that. Perfect. And there we go. That's clipped in there. And that's one hinge in place. It has got a lot of movement in it. So that's pretty crazy stuff. So once again, I just want to line this up here and screw this in with a DS19 screw. And then once again, fold this back, hook this into here. Just like that. And then another DS19 screw here to hold that in. Now I just need these flange PS28 screws. They're just going to go into the ends here to stop these coming out. So one this side. Turn it round and put one in this side just here. And just like we've done there, I'm going to be putting a spring into place, which means a PS28 screw again. Make sure the hook's facing down so I can put the closed end on this side. Just get that in. Then I want to hook this over this section just here. Perfect. And there you go. That's in. So that is how that's looking with the hinges in place. I could just put that to one side and bring over this large section that says we are going to be working on. Let's put it down here because I've got a couple of details to put in here. They look just like this. I've got the right hand side one, which is going to go on this side, just over here. And then I've got the left hand side one going on this side over here. They're held in with DS19 screws. These are the silver screws. We just want one down this centre there. So one this side, and then just do the same on the other side. And with that in place, that is all there is to do in that stage. In stage 112, here is the instructions. And as you can see, we've got a part here where the front bumper we're actually going to be putting on the front section of the car that we created all the way back in issue 1, I believe. Just putting this together like that. This is the rest of the magazine. So let me just open stage 112. As you can see, big old one this is. And as I said, we haven't seen this for some time. We are going to be putting this into position though. So I want to make sure this is going on the right way. So with the raised surfaces facing upwards, I'm going to put this into position just like this here. And push that in. Excellent. Now it's going to be held in from the other side with PS05 screws just into the 2 holes here. Once again, you are going into plastic, so you just need enough just to hold that into place. So one there. And just one the other side here. Excellent. So that's in. Put that to one side. Put my mat back down again. And I just want to bring the hood back up, because I've got some little details to put in here. And again, these are located left and right. So the left one's going over here. Just got to push these into place. And the right hand side one going in here. There is a way round they go. Perfect. Now I can put that to one side. Bring up the massive front fender assembly looking like this. Wow. Okay. Now they are going in here. There is a locating lug. So I've got one going in this side here and one going in this side here. And they're held in with DS02 screws just through the top here. One there and one on the other side. Now I've got the hood pins to put in looking like this. Now these are going to be going into the ends here. There is an indent for them to go in, so they can only go in one way, but I'm holding them from the bottom with a PS12 screw. So I've got one lined up here. Sure it's straight when I screw this. And put this screw in here. Perfect, not too tight again. I can see these being fragile. On all the builds we've done for these, I've snapped mine off. These really should be made out of metal. It's a shame that they're not. I will try and take care of them. As you see, that one just pinged off. But it is going to be hard to keep those in one piece. There's the second one in there. Perfect. So I've got the hood pins in there. Now I need the hood pin wires that look like this. And what I want to do is put this through the hole here and bring it back on itself. With about 1 centimetre of stuff here, and then I'm going to be twisting this around the wire so this can't come out. Probably going to be a lot easier to do with pliers. So that's going nowhere. Do the same on the other side. There we go. That's the other one in there. Perfect. And with that in place, that is all there is to do in that stage. So the last stage of this pack is stage 113. Here's the instructions. And we've got the center headlights here that we're going to be creating. So it's looking just like that. This is the rest of the magazine. Again, look, massive pack this one. Let's get this open. Nothing about this build is small. Okay, by the look of it, the first thing I'm going to be doing is putting the lenses into these reflectors here. Now there is a notch to ensure that we are lining these up perfectly around the right way. So if I can get one in, I'll show you how that looks. And you probably heard that go in. That's how that should look. Do the same on this one. You see, you do have a little notch just there and a little indent on this side. So put the notch in the indent first so it can't turn anywhere, and then just push that in. So I want to take the left housing now, which looks like that. It's got an L on it, and the left headlight, and just push these together so that this sits into this housing, and it should come out the back just like that. Excellent. Do the same on the other one, and that's both of those in place. We could just put those now to one side. Bring over the massive front section that we've been working on. I will again put this down just on a cloth here because I've got to put a grille into place now. This is what the grille's looking like. I want to make sure that these dots here are on the other side of me, so it's going to go in this way. That's going to go in like that because something's going to be going here, I'm guessing. I'm holding that in with DS34 screws. Now these are going into metal. So get one in here and one just over this side. So that is now the grille in. Let me just put all of that to one side while I take out the little emblem that's going to go in those two little holes that we just saw in that grille, which means I do have a sticker to put on here. Just get my tweezers out to help me while I put this into place. So let's put the snake, the cobra here, just on this bit here. Excellent. And then just put the other stickers here into place. This is the Shelby GT500 stickers. Excellent. So that's how that's looking. I now get to put this onto that grille. Just through the holes here and here. You don't want to bend this, so you want to support it when you're actually pushing this in. Just like that. So that's how that's looking. And I can put that to one side and bring up the fender assembly again, as they're calling it, which looks just like this. And then in this front section here, I've got this, which is going to go into place just on top like that. Should have the left side here, the right side here, and that's held in once again with these DS34 screws. And just one in the other side here. Excellent. With that in place, that is all there is to do in that stage. That's all there is to do in that pack. Now let's see if I can lay this out so it's all together. So eventually this is going to be going on here, kind of like that. You can see that's a nice fit on there. Obviously we've got the headlights to put in here, yeah, we haven't done that. And then this, as I said earlier, is going to connect to the body. There you go. So that's going to go in like that. Let me just put this back on the front. That's going to go in there. And I'm going to try and lift this up for you and show you how it's looking. It's so heavy. How cool is that? That looks absolutely brilliant. Obviously nothing is attached yet though, so I'm gently going to put that down and say, whew, what a way to end the week, huh? Once again, if you want to check if this is available, check the video description or that QR code on the screen. But I really hope you like that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.